Welcome back to another FulCom coffee break. This past week I was listening to one of the episodes from the Photo Walk, a daily Photo Walk podcast that I listen to every week. And in it they had played part of a commencement speech by Neil Gamin. Now, Neil Gamin is one of my favorite authors. I just absolutely love his work. And so I went on YouTube. I didn't bother to go click the link, which I'm glad I didn't. I went on YouTube to find Neil Gaiman's commencement speech and listen to it. It was not the same one. But in it, he gave me a powerful insight that I thought I would share with you today, and that is that he says there are three things that are imperative for you to do to be successful. One is to do good work. Now, he talks about making good art. For us, that's, education is sort of an art form, but we'll call it making good work, doing quality work, taking the time, putting the effort in, spending the time, making sure that it is top notch. That's one thing. The other thing is that you should be on time. So when you do the work should be turned in on time. People shouldn't have to be waiting on you or emailing you to ask you where this is or why this hasn't come in yet. And then the third thing was to just be a good human being, to be nice, so that people like you. And then he said that most of us can be successful if we'll do 2 out of 3. Any 2 out of 3. So if you do good work and you are a likable person, people will overlook the fact that sometimes your work is turned in late because you're a nice guy, you're a nice woman, and the quality of the work is top notch. And so, it doesn't matter if it was a couple of days or a couple of weeks late. It's all good. The other is that you could turn in work on time and be a nice person, and they would let the quality of the work slide. You could get by with subpar work and still be successful in your job because whatever it is that your boss needed from you, you've always supplied it on time, and you're just pleasant to be around. And then, of course, if you do good work and you are turning it in on time, you can be a butthole. You can be less than nice. You can be someone that people don't particularly care for and maybe don't want to be around. But the work is good, and they're never bothered with having to go find you to make sure it's turned in, and so they overlook it. So if we're doing 2 out of 3, that third one that we're not doing will often get overlooked. And I thought, that's pretty typical of how principals or assistant principals work with teachers. If you're a decent human being and you're nice to get along with, and you work well with the kids in your classroom, and you are providing quality content on a regular basis, we will overlook the fact that you didn't get the S-team filled out in 2 days like we asked you to. Or we will overlook the fact that this form that you were supposed to fill out didn't get filled out, and we've had to email you 3 times to get it done. We'll overlook those things, and you'll still get a pretty decent professionalism score on the professionalism rubric. And by the same token, that if you are turning stuff in on time, and we never have to follow up with you because it's always there and you're pleasant to work with, we may score you a little higher than we should when we come in to do your observation, because maybe your lesson is not really top notch, but you're a nice person and we don't have to follow up with you to get things done, and so we overlook that and maybe we score you a little higher. Or if you are doing quality work and you're getting great scores from your kids on standardized tests and you're making the school look good and everything you do is turned in on time, we might overlook the fact that sometimes you're not particularly nice to kids, that maybe there's too much sarcasm in your classroom. Maybe you're throwing kids out of your room too quickly. Maybe you're turning in referrals on things that really shouldn't be a referral. So, and I'm not talking to anybody in particular here. I'm not talking to anybody listening to this video, obviously, in particular. Just something to think about, not only in terms of how we judge success as teachers, but I'd like you to take some time this week, if you would, to think about these three things and how they work for you with the students under your care. Quality work, turned in on time, nice people. Which two are you most comfortable getting to let the third one slide? That's it. We'll see you next time.